So, on tonight's episode of Bedtime Comics with a Redneck, we will be going over the Injustice 2 omnibus. If you have been watching a couple of my older videos, I went over like the first 3 or 4 issues of it. I'm going to go over the entire book now, since I just currently finished it. So, first of all, we'll get to what it looks like under the dust jacket. I'm not crazy about it, but it could be worse. It's just a wraparound image and kind of a gold style. I would have preferred something else, maybe a little more color or something would have been fine. I mean, it's okay for what it is. Uh, the paper quality on it is actually pretty decent. I mean, it's thin paper, but it's not tissue thin like I think the worst Omni paper I've ever felt was probably the Peter Parker Spectacular Spider-Man Volume 1 Omni. That one, the paper was so thin I was scared to even turn a page in it, thinking I was going to rip it. I mean, you can definitely, there's spots you can, if it's enough light, you can see through the paper to what's on the backside of it. But I didn't really have much issues with it. It's just your typical paper. It's these Omnis. The paper's not what they used to be, but it's still very serviceable. It's not bad. So the it's not glue binded. It looks like it's sewn binding. So it's pretty sturdy. It retails for $125. I, of course, picked it up at McKay's for like $50, brand new, steel sealed. Uh, you can pick it up at most places for, I think Amazon keeps it listed for like 55 to 58. So you can get it for a pretty reasonable price. I was a little hesitant going into it, but because I only read the first year of the first Injustice, so I missed 4 years of stories in between. But getting into what is actually contained in here, it contains Injustice 2 issues number 1 to 36 and Injustice 2 annuals 1 and 2. So that is the complete Injustice 2 run. This is it. As far as to my knowledge, there is no Injustice 3. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that the Injustice 2 video game picks up where this book ends. So that's a neat little thing. So anyway, let's get into the story. This is going to be quick. There's not going to be a lot of spoilers to it, besides the spoilers I have to talk about, and that's coming from Volume 1, where Superman, something happened to Superman that has made him go evil, and Batman had to create a team to take on Superman's team, and Batman ended up winning, and Superman is now being contained. So this picks up with him picking up the pieces of where Superman was trying to rule humanity. So Batman is wanting to reinsert people he trusts and people that he can kind of keep control of to run things in the government. He's wanting to rebuild the government from the ground up. Uh, so you got a lot of that going on. You've got Green Arrow from an alternate universe coming to this one. You got the setup of the Suicide Squad in this universe. You've got somebody running around dressed as Batman leading the Suicide Squad. And who he's working for, I'm not going to get into, but it's who the Batman is something I kind of seen coming for a while. It's not a big surprise. It's been done about 600 different times, but it's still a good. It's still okay. Who he's working for comes as a little surprise because there is a bigger mastermind. Uh, I'll give you a little sneak peek of the art. I mean, the art's not bad at all. It's got really good art in it, and the story. I mean, Supergirl shows up. Superman's incarcerated, so Supergirl has finally shown up, and they kind of go into a big thing about trying to keep Superman's allies find her first, and they kind of convince her that Batman is the root of all evil. And their take on Batman in here is a little more aggressive on the surveillance Batman and all this, and than where they usually push it. Like it was enough to where it kind of even made me kind of look at Batman a little like maybe he's not exactly a good choice to be a leader either. Uh, you've got a couple of surprises with you find out Damian isn't Bruce's only child, and I'll leave it at that. You'll have to read to figure that one out. Uh, you've got a couple of main story plots going on with you got the story plot with Bruce and all them fighting this bigger enemy that's behind the fake Batman and all this, and that goes on all the way to the end of the book, but it's good. You have a lot of characters dying in here, and you've got a lot of them they've actually done right. Like there's a moment with Booster Gold and the Blue Beetle that was kind of a nice done little send away. Uh, Blue Beetle gets a new host, and the Booster Gold and Blue Beetle kind of have everything kind of circles around back. It everything's set up really nice in here. Wonder Woman returns. Uh, they have this big giant story with Amazo, which Amazo is just nobody can stop it. He's a heck of an opponent. But like I said, you've got a lot of deaths in here. Some you don't expect. Some that you know aren't that big of a deal. I mean, you got some more. That's them fighting Eradicators in the fortress that Superman has set up. But you've got all them stories going on. You've got something going on in Gorilla City that is affecting your main story. So you got Gorilla Grodd playing a part in there. Uh, the Once you get past the Amazo story, you get shifted into the Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns and what's going on with that. I'm not going to spoil a lot of that, but there are some major changes in that I wasn't expecting. Some major twists. They have to come together to fight Starro. So that was a really good story arc. Uh, I mean, they just, you've got so many plot points going on in here. And I do have one complaint with it. I don't feel like I'll have to replay the second game, but I feel like it's kind of a cop out to take something like this and to supposedly wrap it up in a video game. But it's been so long since I played. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure the video game came out before the comic series did for Injustice 2. But I might be wrong. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time ago. But the way it ended, there was a lot of unresolved plot points that maybe I'm downloading Injustice 2 now. I'm going to probably play through it in the next couple of days, see how much of the story picks up in that and resolves. So I'll probably make a video about that when I finish the game, about if I feel like it resolved anything or not, if it's essential to play after reading the book. Uh, But just a review of the book, period, the story wise. I mean, I was really hesitant about going into this because I don't usually like these else worlds, these alternate universes, but this was a really well done book. The story kept me very, very interested. Uh, I Anytime I picked it up to read, it would always be an hour of reading before I could put it down, and I would have to make myself put it down. And this is from beginning to end. Like, this is, if you're a DC fan, this is essential reading. I really wish I would have got the other two Omnis that come before, but for the price point, I picked it up and just run with it, and I'm glad I did. This, if you are a DC fan at all, and you have not read this, you have done yourself an injustice. This this is essential reading. So, with that being said, it was very much worth the $50 I paid for it. I highly suggest it. This is one of the best DC stories I've read in a long time. And I will make an updated video in the next couple of days, however long it takes me to beat Injustice 2. And I will let you know if if the game is essential to play after you've read the story. As far as a 1 to 10 rating, this is by far, probably an 8. I mean, this was a great story. So, with that being said, that's it. I will see you all in the next video.